This is Paul. Yeah. hmm Um, I was reading the back of this magazine, and it says the Get Down. Yes. And you can see new episodes of it on the Netflix. Yeah. But what I thought was very important was the actual fashion of the individuals in the show. hmm Now, it might be somewhat of a stereotype. Yes. That a lot of African Americans have a certain style, quite possibly a cultural style. Now you can see this individual here with a very long coat, but if you look at their shoes and their hat, yes, I had noticed that a lot of people, yes, they have a style. Now you can see this person's hat right here, yes, and then the afro right there, yeah, and he's got some sort of a facial hair. At least it looks like it's facial hair. Yes. You know, um, I'm concerned about the suit this morning. When I was a financial consultant, I had suits and then I did wear a tie. Yeah. And I did that for probably the first, 3 or 4 years of my career at WM Financial. See, I had stereotyped what does a stockbroker look like. Now, there's the suspenders, right, and then the button-down shirt, yes, and then the tie. And I really did like the three-piece suit, yeah, where you have a vest, yeah, a tie, then you have the jacket, and then you have the slacks. Now, it's difficult for a lot of people to take me seriously because I'm not in a suit and tie. Yes. And in the past, I've talked about pimping. But today I'm going to talk about how white people, yes, in suits, yes, pimp this nation because I'm white today. Now, somebody's really been pimping. And in the Caucasian world, yes, when you approach an individual and you have a suit and tie on, there's a certain way that men look at each other. Let's say you were wearing a bow tie, BOW. I had owned a large number of clip-on bow ties. Yes. And I thought that they were very interesting. There were different styles and different colors, different fabrics. Yes. And then I owned a lot of actual long ties that you tie around your neck. Yeah. But I never learned how to tie all the ties how they should be tied. And I was always a little self-conscious about that, that the individual that I was talking to, yes, would be evaluating how I tie my tie. Now we're going to do the white people way of doing things today. See, what I wanted to do was to use the actual judicial system of the United States. And then I thought every suit that I would wear, yes, would cost at least $10,000. Because when you put $10,000 on, you're ready to go out of the house and do some business. Now, for all of those African Americans that have been stereotyped as, well, pimping, there's a white one. How is your suit and tie today? Now, some of these attorneys, yes, I would think that many of them wear a two-piece suit. Yes, and they monogram the suit with their initials. Yeah, and then they have that special tie that they like to wear to court. Yes, cufflinks. I had purchased some French cuff. Where you put the cuffs go back and then you put the not a tie clip, they're a type of clip. I'm going to think of it in just a second, but cufflinks. That's right. Now let's say I did do the white way of suing. Right. I think a $10,000 suit, yes, with French cuffs, yes, and cufflinks, right, and a suit, yeah, with one of those ties on, yes, and then there's what's known as a tie tack.